Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today's the day I'm finally going to be doing my definitive Blu-ray collection series here on YouTube. It's not just going to be Blu-rays, it's also going to be my 4K titles as well as my DVDs in the future as well. So yeah, this is going to be my definitive collection. In the past I've done collection videos where I've went through every title and spoke about them. It's been a couple of years since I've done that, mainly due to the size of my collection now. I've bought in a hell of a lot of stuff and I have over 400 titles, so it's been very hard to kind of talk about every film in one video. So I thought, you know what, I'm finally going to do a multiple part series and really go in depth and talk about these films, because 90% of them I absolutely love and that's why I have them in my collection. I'm not a collector who buys a Steelbook because it's a Steelbook. I buy because I like the film. So we're going to get started real quick. I've been collecting since 2012. DVDs many years before that, but I finally got onto the Blu-ray wagon in about 2012, which is when I started this channel. So it's kind of been a progression on YouTube as in terms of my Blu-ray collection. You can go into my old videos. I've got a playlist on my YouTube channel page where you can see every collection video I've done. And the first couple I only had one shelf, whereas now I've got two big units full. So we're going to get started. My collection is organised in alphabetical. If I look here very often, it's because they're stacked right here. So yeah, they're all alphabetical. TV shows and movies are mixed together. Steelbooks, box sets, standard slipcases, everything, they're all together. There's no sections. The only thing that's separated is 4K titles and 3D titles. Everything else is just in together. I just wanted to have a big massive A to Z section, so that's what I did. So we're going to get started. I'm probably going to be uploading 2 of these a week. I don't know how many parts it's going to be. It could be up to 10 parts, I'm not sure. I'm going to try and keep these videos at about an hour at the most, but who knows, I might yap on. But okay, let's finally get started. And by the way, if I wear the same clothes, it's because I'm doing this all in one night. I'm pulling an all-nighter to do this, hopefully. So yeah, I do change clothes, it's just it's one night. So let's get into the collection, guys. Please leave a like because it's going to take a long time to do this, especially rendering and uploading is going to be a nightmare. So please leave a like and yeah, let's get into the collection, guys. So first off, I do have imports from all around the world, so I will try and tell you where I got these. The first one I got here wasn't available for a long time in the UK, and it finally came out I think last year. But I've had this for a couple of years, and it's the Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein, the Blu-ray release from the US. So this is part of their 100th anniversary. Really cool, great movie, black and white awesomeness. Of course all the Universal monsters are in here, or most of them are. So obviously those new legacy sets that come out quite often have this in it. Great movie. I've got a good number of these movies on DVD. They're only just starting to really put them out on Blu-ray, so I might pick them up at some point. Great release though. It is in a bag just because it's a slipcase. Some of them have bags, some of them don't. I'm strange like that. Some of them do, some of them don't. But yeah, a really nice release, and it looks great on Blu-ray. It really does, and it's a great comedy. You know, it's not today's comedy where it's always rude humour or sex jokes or anything like that. You know, it's just slapstick humour that's really awesome, combined with horror characters. So yeah, Abbott and Costello, pretty awesome. Next up, I like my war movies, so I've got quite a lot of war movies, again on DVD as well. This is directed by Richard Attenborough. It's The Bridge Too Far. This is the UK Steelbook. It was not an exclusive, so you could get it anywhere. This is a great movie. It's kind of one of those epic war movies, like The Longest Day or something, or Apocalypto Now. It's just such a great cast. It's a long film. There's so much that happens in the film. It's one of those kind of big epic films in my opinion. Great movie, really enjoy it. As I said, you know, the cast, as you can see, is pretty phenomenal. There's some great action scenes in here. The Blu-ray transfer wasn't the best. I do admit, I wish they did a better job on it, but I'm just happy to have it on Blu-ray and in a nice steelbook. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty much bare bones. There's no special features, which is a bit annoying. I'm pretty sure all the DVD releases were the exact same, so you're not missing anything. But yeah, Bridge Too Far, pretty good movie. Definitely check it out. Don't watch the TV cut because it's edited all to hell. Yeah, you miss half the movie. Next up, I might show you inside some Blu-rays. I don't know. It's just a habit, I suppose, from my Blu-ray updates. This film, Ben Affleck, or Affleck. This was a good movie. It's kind of like a Bourne kind of movie, or it kind of has a theme. The Accountant. I've only seen this once. It was pretty good. I remember seeing clips on the Graham Norton show. It's a British TV show. And I remember they were promoting this movie. I think Ben Affleck was there promoting it. And they showed a clip and I was really intrigued, and so I finally picked it up and I quite enjoyed it. J.K. Simmons is also in this one. Awesome actor. And it was quite good, you know, it was quite good. It was a very interesting character, much more different than just a typical action kind of movie character. And yeah, I pretty enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I read somewhere there was maybe going to be a sequel. I don't know if it's been confirmed or not yet. But I enjoyed The Accountant. It's got a nice slipcover as well. Pretty cool. No steelbook, or at least I never bought the steelbook. But yeah, The Accountant, pretty good film. I think everyone's seen that by now anyway. Next up, this is classic. I'm young, but I love old films. You know, Abbott and Costello, a great, what do you call it? Statement. I love older films, and it's a good example. The Adventures of Robin Hood, yeah, with Errol Flynn. Now, this really should be in my Robin Hood section that I have on Blu-ray, but because it's The Adventures of, I kind of just put it in with the A titles. I love this movie. I love this movie. It's so good. Errol Flynn, you know, he's just a great actor. It's kind of cheesy now watching it. Some of the costumes are quite cheesy, especially the bow tournament they have with the bow and arrows. Very cheesy, some of their costumes. Some of the sets look a bit cheesy, but it's a great movie. You know, it's a great action adventure film. And there's some great special features on here because Richard, what's his name? Leonard Maltin, that's it. He's like a film historian, and he's done quite a few special features for a good number of older films, like John Wayne's Hondo. And he quite often does introductions for the DVD releases, and he did an introduction for this as well, which was pretty cool. And this is really cool because it's actually got the full program from the original theatrical release. So it has all the news articles that were present, you know, when this came out. It had all the cartoons as well, so it's almost like you're getting the full cinematic experience from seeing this back in the day, which is pretty cool. I can't remember what they call it in here. But yeah, oh yeah, Warner Night at the Movies, 1938. So it's pretty good because you get the full cinematic thing and then you get the movie at the end. So pretty cool, definitely check it out. Loaded with special features. It's the same as the 2-disc DVD, so if you have that, you're not missing out on anything from upgrading to Blu-ray. So yeah, Adventures of Robin Hood, awesome, great movie. Next up, I don't have many Disneys in my collection. I don't find them as rewatchable as other films. I kind of just have to be in the mood for them. And usually when I'm in the mood, I'll watch them on TV or I'll watch them on Netflix or something. So I don't usually buy them, but a couple of years ago I did pick up Aladdin with the cool villain slipcover, and then it's got the standard release underneath. I like Aladdin. It was never one of my favourites growing up, but I did enjoy the film. So I thought it'd be interesting to see what it looked like on Blu-ray. And it looked good. It definitely looked good. I remember the US never got this for a long time for some reason. And we got it quite early on. I remember the Zavi Steelbook, a lot of people were trying to get their hands on. But yeah, Aladdin, don't really have much to say about it. I like it. It's in the collection. Yeah, Aladdin. There's much bigger Disney fans out there than me. Delving into more classic cinema, you might have saw it there when I was pulling it off. Oh, I love these films. My uncle introduced me to a whole lot of films growing up, and he still is now to this day. But he's a huge fan of this director. I think it's his favourite director. So I got introduced to these at a quite early age, and I've grown up to love them. Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, the genius Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, this is the Masterpiece Collection. I'm sure everyone has this or has seen what it looks like or knows what it comes with. Yeah, this is just a great set to have. It's got all the good ones on here. It's got Saboteur, Rope, Rear Window, Vertigo, The Birds, Psycho, The Man Who Knew Too Much, just to name a few of my favourites. Probably my all-time favourite is probably Rear Window, and then Psycho is a very close second. I absolutely love Psycho, but Rear Window I think is awesome, and I love James Stewart as well. I grew up watching his classic westerns, so to see him in a standard film, drama, thriller, I just loved it. I love Rope because it's meant to look like it's a one-take movie, even though it's not, and it's set in one room or kind of one place, which is quite cool. The other one that he did that with was Dial-M for Murder. He did that in there. There was only maybe one or two scenes that wasn't set in the apartment. But yeah, this is a great looking set, and they all look, I've watched them all on Blu-ray, they all look great on Blu-ray. They did a really good job cleaning it up. I'm sure everyone's seen this, but I'll give you a quick look. So it kind of slides off into this little book. You got a really cool quote in the back there. But it basically opens up and you've got similar panels every single time. So you get the original poster art, you get the year that it came out, you get the main actors, the blurb, and then special features, and then you always get a quote. So it's quite nice and matching. So I'll show you some of them. My favourite, well, one of my favourites, Rope. There's my all-time favourite, Rear Window. So yeah, very nice. Vertigo. Not one of my favourites. I know people regard it as quite a high one on their lists, but not one of my favourites. I do enjoy it though, I do enjoy it. Birds. So yeah, I won't go through it all, but you get the idea. It's a great looking set. Definitely one to have in the collection if you're just starting out, or if you've never watched Hitchcock. You're definitely missing out if you haven't. And more Hitchcock. Keeping up with the Hitchcock theme. We've got another box set that came out in the UK. These are all Warner Brother titles, which came out a couple of years ago now. So this one includes Strangers on a Train, which in the UK you can only get if you buy this set. You cannot buy it individually, which is a bit strange. So if you want this movie, you have to buy the set. But you can get it for like £10, £15, so it's pretty cheap. But you got Strangers on a Train, Dial-M for Murder, which is the 3D edition, so that's another bonus to pick this up on Blu-ray. And the classic North by Northwest, which is awesome. Cary Grant, pretty amazing movie. Iconic scene, the crop duster scene, of course, is very iconic as well. So yeah, awesome little set, you know, just to get 3 classics of his on Blu-ray. I've seen Dial-M for Murder a lot of times, this is one of my favourites, but I've never watched the 3D. I just haven't watched it yet in 3D. So I will eventually. I've heard there's only really one good scene, and then the rest is kind of just flat. And if you're wondering, North by Northwest is the 50th anniversary, so you do get tons of special features. You're not missing out on anything. But great little set. If you have £15 lying around, definitely pick it up. Basically £5 a movie, including a 3D release if you're a 3D fan. So yeah, pretty nice set. Moving away from Hitchcock, we have a franchise, definitely one of my favourite franchises. We have the Alien Anthology. Unfortunately, this is the repack. This is not the original, so it's not a digipack. It's a big, massive case, unfortunately. But yeah, what can you do? So it is just a massive case with all the discs. So the first 2, 3 and 4, and then 2 of the making of special feature discs. One of the best sets I think you can get on Blu-ray, even to this day, because this is quite an old set. You get 2 cuts of every film, you get them all remastered, you get all the audio remastered, you get tons of special features. There's absolutely tons. I remember when I first got this, I spent a good probably 2 or 3 days watching all the special features. My favourite is probably the second one. I just had the most fun with it. First one is great though, I do absolutely love it. It's my second favourite. However, Alien 3 I absolutely love. Both cuts I absolutely love. I don't know what it is. I think I just love the concept that they were trapped in a prison with an alien. I just thought that was a really, really cool idea. You know, instead of being trapped on Earth with an alien or trapped in a spacecraft with an alien, it was a prison. And the fact that they made it an all-men prison, I thought was even cooler. Like, it just added something to the story. So I'm a big fan of Alien 3. I love Alien 3. Alien Resurrection, I do not like, even though I'm a huge Ron Perlman fan. I just don't like the movie. So, Alien Anthology, love it. I could talk for hours. And then, of course, because it's part of the series, I did put Prometheus here as well. I do have the 3D release, but it's in the 3D section. But yeah, Prometheus. I absolutely loved Prometheus. Funny fact for you, I actually saw Prometheus before the Alien movies. Basically, when this came out on Blu-ray, I had no idea what it was. And my uncle said, oh, it's a prequel to the Alien movies. And I said, well, could I watch it even though I haven't seen them? He said yes, so I watched it, loved it, went out and bought the box set. So, yeah, if I didn't like this, maybe to this day I still wouldn't have seen the Alien films. But I liked them. I do have Covenant on 4K. So, there will be titles you'll be like, oh, where's that? 3D section or 4K. So, yeah, there might be films you're like, oh, we'll have that, let's hear them talk about that. You can't until the relevant department. This one, possibly the earliest film I've ever seen. This was from 1930, exact. I've only seen it once. All Quiet on the Western Front, the original, of course, not the remake. It's a good film. It's a good film. I believe it was the first Universal picture to win Best Picture, which is pretty cool. This is the Digibook version as well that came out in the UK. I think in 2012. I think these came out. You get the disc, and then you get the big book inside. Obviously, I'm skipping pages, but yeah, you get the idea. So pretty nice. But yeah, it's a good film. I really enjoy it. I need to watch it again to really get my thoughts on it. But from what I remember, it was pretty good, and it looked good on Blu-ray. So yeah. Next up, we've got some superhero action. We have The Amazing Spiderman. I actually really enjoyed this film, and I still like it to this day. I know people have been turned off by it. I saw it in the cinema in 3D, loved it, although I was a lot younger. But I still like it to this day. I think it's a good story. I really do. I think it's a great story. I loved the Lizard. I loved Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker more than Tobey Maguire. Even though I grew up watching the originals, or the original trilogy, I suppose you could say. I do prefer Andrew Garfield. I think he's a great actor right now. But yeah, this is the HMV Steelbook. I'm sure a lot of people have this or have seen it. So yeah, I do have the 3D as well, so you'll hear me talk about those. Then we've got Amazing Spiderman 2. Didn't really like this one. I got it when it came out because I hadn't seen it. I thought I would like it even though there was bad reviews. For once I agreed, I didn't really like it. I don't know what they were trying to do with this film, you know. I mean, why was Paul Giamatti in there? And yeah, Jamie Foxx, wasn't a fan of him in this film. Honestly, I only watched this now for the 3D. The 3D is pretty incredible on both of these movies, I think. They're some of the best 3D movies. Mark Webb, I believe, who directed at least the first one. I don't know if he did this or not. He's a huge 3D guy, so he obviously did with the 3D in mind. I believe they were shot in 3D with real cameras, but yeah, I mostly keep those because the 3D. So yeah. One of my favourite directors, Ridley Scott. He did American Gangster from 2007. I think so. Yeah, 2007. Not one of my most rewatched Ridley Scott films, but it's definitely a great film. Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington. How can you go wrong? It is a long film. I think that's why I've maybe not watched it as much as some of his other films. I love Ridley Scott, but it's a long one. It's a long one. It's kind of like Goodfellas. It's a great movie, but it's really long. But yeah, American Gangster. This does contain both the cuts of the film, so it's got the extended and the theatrical release. So if you're a fan of either of them, then it's worth picking up. It's not the Blu-ray DVD combo, it's just the Blu-ray inside. But yeah, I was quite late on getting this. I think I just got it on eBay really cheap. So yeah, American Gangster, pretty good film. A good kind of crime drama film. Next up, I got this purely because of the Oscars one year. It was nominated for quite a lot. I don't remember if it won any Oscars, but I remember all of the different award shows it was getting a lot of praise, and it's a great cast, and it's American Hustle. Great cast: Christian Bale, Bradley Cooper, Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner, Jennifer Lawrence. Basically all of the best actors right now in one film. It's good. I like the performances, but I didn't think it was a high rewatchability film. I've only really went back to this twice. I've only seen it twice, I think. But it's a great film. It is good. Christian Bale does a great job. He looks totally different in this film. It reminded me of The Fighter quite a lot, because he didn't look good in that film whatsoever. Because obviously he played a drug addict, but yeah, he did a great job in this one. So yeah, came with a slipcover. I believe the Pound Shop here in the UK have been having this quite often, so if you haven't got it, definitely pick it up for £1. We're on to the second stack. We're getting there and we're only 20 minutes in. Here we go. Next up, Steelbook time again. American Sniper, directed by Clint Eastwood, with Bradley Cooper again. I love this film. I've seen it a good number of times now. I saw it in cinema, and then also I picked it up on Blu-ray. Great movie. I haven't read the book. I heard the book's slightly different. It's got a slightly different ending than the movie, so I would really have to Google how it really ended. I do hear that they did change the ending a little bit, but it was a great film. You know, I love Clint Eastwood's newer films that he's directed. Of course, Sully. I haven't seen his latest one, the Paris one. I've heard mixed things, but American Sniper I love. I absolutely love it. I love my war movies, and generally when it's based on a true story or a book, it tends to be a lot better. So I enjoyed this film a lot. I really did. And it's amazing how, you know, he was fighting the war while having a massive bounty on his head. You know, it's like the Wild West, you know, an outlaw with a bounty. He must have been terrified, you know. Yeah, great movie. Check it out. I do not have the first one for this film series. I only have the second one. And that's Anchorman 2. This is the Steelbook edition, still sealed. I've had this for years. I hear bad things about the second one. I really do. I like the first one. I don't own it, sadly, but I have the second one, just haven't watched it. Yeah, nice little steelbook. It's all debossed and the border and things like that. Sorry for the glare, but yeah, I've just not watched it yet. I actually just watched the first one again on TV, so it'll be a while before I get the Blu-ray for that one. So yeah, that was a quick one. Classic war movie. If you haven't got this, please go out and get it. Don't walk, run. Apocalypto Now. Absolutely incredible. If you're going to watch this, please watch the making of right after it, or in the coming days, because it really lets you appreciate the film more, of how hard it was to get the film finished, what happened during filming. Of course, there was a real war going on when they filmed this, so a lot of the helicopters you see in the film had to be taken away during filming to be used in real life. So that posed as many different difficulties. Of course, the director, Coppola, became unwell during the film. And the documentary is really good because it's filmed, it's either by his daughter or his wife. I think it's his wife. And she filmed the whole documentary, and it's really revealing. There's a lot of things I didn't know. At the very start, when he's punching the mirror and he starts bleeding, that wasn't supposed to happen. I think the director just said improvise, and he did. And yeah, he ended up with like a massive cut on his knuckles. But they kept going, so I love when that happens. But yeah, it's just a great film. Marlon Brando, one of his best films. Personally for me, along with Streetcar Named Desire. Yeah, if you're in the UK, buy this set. It's like £12. It's dirt cheap. It comes with a nice digipack with 3 discs and like 2 booklets as well. So definitely pick this up. I do prefer the theatrical cut. Although most people think the Redux version is better, I just prefer the theatrical cut, but I will watch both. I take it in turns, like one time I'll watch theatrical, second time I'll watch the Redux version. So please check it out. Great movie, tons of extras, it looks great. If you have a good sound system, the helicopter scene towards the start of the movie is phenomenal with a good sound system. Mel Gibson. Talked to some people on a couple streams about this movie recently, and it made me go out and buy it. Apocalypto. Look at all those stickers. Terrible. Yeah, £1.50. Look at that. Great movie. Oh my god. I think I have the DVD for this, and that was the first time I saw this film, and I loved it, so I went out and bought the Blu-ray about 3 weeks ago. Such a good film. Honestly, Mel Gibson does amazing films when he directs. I wish he would direct films a lot more. Of course, his most recent one was Hacksaw Ridge, which was incredible. But he also did this, and then I believe before this, he did Passion of the Christ, which I don't own, I have seen. Good film. You need to watch a comedy after it, but it's a good film. I do plan to buy it at one point in my life. But this is great. This is great. And it's a lot more tamer, I believe, than Passion of the Christ. I think that's harder to watch than this, but because there's only maybe 1 or 2 scenes in this that will maybe not affect you, but it's kind of violent and brutal. It's great though. It is subtitled. They do speak a foreign language, Mayan language, it says on the back. So if you don't like subtitles, please bear with it and just watch it. It's only 2 hours, it's not a long film. but it's such a good film. I'm going to show you the inside because there's some nice artwork inside. If I take the disc out, I can show you the nice inside artwork. I haven't even shown this in a Blu-ray update yet, so you'll maybe see this in the next update. But yeah, it's a great story as well. It's about this, what do you call it, tribe? People, like a tribe or a culture, and they're having to survive after being attacked, and they have to escape. It's a pretty damn good film. Check it out. Highly recommend it. Mel Gibson, great director. Next up, some sci-fi. I was desperate to see this, and I still haven't watched it, and I've had it since probably the summer. And people are going to shout at me. Arrival. I've had this for like 6 months, and it's still sealed with the slipcover. I have not watched this yet. And I believe it's someone to do with this Sicario movie, which I love, or The Revenant, one of the two. Just haven't watched it. Haven't watched it yet. The first TV show of the series, the collection series, Arrow. It's okay. I don't love it. I think there's more important shows to watch before this. I don't know. I'm not that interested in the DC or Marvel shows. I like the movies, and then that's it. Like, that's enough for me. I don't need to watch 40 hours of a TV show. Arrow is decent though. I've seen maybe the first half of the season. It's okay. It's okay. I enjoy it. Honestly, I'd rather just see a movie. Next up, a comedy. You will only like this depending on how long you can stand Russell Brand. It's called Arthur, which is a remake of a movie called Arthur. I'm British. I like his stand-up comedy. I love Get Him to the Greek, one of my favourite comedies. This one's it's okay. It's not bad. It's not great. Helen Mirren's in it. She's kind of his housekeeper kind of person who kind of looks after him. It's okay. If you've seen the original, you'll probably not like this, but I haven't seen the original, so I can't really compare it, but it's okay. It's not as rude, or, you know, with his kind of humour. It's very tame for him, so that might impact the movie. And our TV show. This is probably one of my favourite shows on TV right now, and there's some questioning if there will be a new season because it's on at the same time as Walking Dead. So it's not getting as many views as it was, so hopefully it won't get cancelled. Ash vs Evil Dead. Yes, this is an incredible show. If you like the movies, I beg you to watch this. It is insane. It's so good, so funny, great horror moments. It's one of the best shows on telly. For me, I like this more than Walking Dead right now. I absolutely love this show. This is season 1 from the US. For the longest time, this wasn't available in the UK, but when they released season 2, they did bring it out on Blu-ray, and then the first season on Blu-ray in the UK. But yeah, it's a phenomenal show. It really is. They're only half-hour episodes, and there's 10 episodes a season, so you can get through it really quickly. So yeah, Ash vs Evil Dead, awesome. Highly recommend it. Next up, great sci-fi, kind of, people hate it now, people love it now, it's a mix. Avatar, yes, Avatar, the one that brought 3D back. I have a lot of copies. I have the extended edition on DVD, I have this on Blu-ray, I've got another Blu-ray edition, and then I've got the 3D Blu-ray. I like the movie. I love it. I love it. I don't mind Sam Worthington. Okay, he's a bit of a bland, boring actor, but he's not terrible, you know. Visually stunning, great story, creativity is amazing, 10 out of 10. I watched some of the special features, and to see how much detail goes into it is awesome. So this is the Steelbook. Only the theatrical release, no special features, just the Steelbook. But then I did pick up this from Germany, the extended edition, but it's a big thick set, and it comes with a film cell and an art book. So I'm going to do a closer look maybe on this in a separate video, but it's a great looking release. So yeah, awesome, love Avatar. Cannot wait for the new ones to come out. Next up, we got some superheroes again, the Avengers. This is the HMV Steelbook that came out whenever it came out, 2012 maybe. I saw a bit on TV recently, and it looks quite cheesy now, in my opinion. The bit at the end of the film when they're forming a circle, and they're all looking up at the sky and getting their weapons ready, that's so cheesy. It's so cheesy now. And I'm sorry, Captain America's outfit in this was rubbish. Like, Winter Soldier, he looked amazing. First Avenger, he looked amazing. In this, he looked like a 12-year-old dressed up. I don't know. We finally got a good Hulk though. That was the debut for Mark Ruffalo. So, yeah. I do have it on 3D as well. Next up, I started watching Chicago Fire last year, I believe. And I was addicted to it. And I thought, well, what kind of movies are similar to Chicago Fire? And of course this one popped up. Backdraft. A Ron Howard movie starring Robert De Niro and Kurt Russell. Really enjoyed this one. This was a great movie. Again, it's long, but it's really good. You know, it's about a new firefighter coming to a firehouse or a fire station. And it's basically just about his journey in the station working as a firefighter. Pretty awesome, great little movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Definitely worth a watch. This is the Swedish release, Nordic release, I don't know. Maybe you can tell by that, I have no idea. I got it on eBay, dirt cheap. It's the UK disc though, so it works. But yeah, Backdraft. Check out if you haven't, great movie. I have a feeling we're going to be longer than an hour on this video. You'll see by the timeline, but I don't know. Next two are some comedies that came out. We got Bad Neighbours. I think in the UK it was called Bad Neighbours because there's a show called Neighbours here in the UK. So I think that's why it's called Bad Neighbours. Great comedy, love it. Seth Rogen's hilarious. Zac Efron's pretty good in the film. Yeah, really enjoy it. It's a good comedy. Then you got Zac Efron as Taxi Driver, pretty awesome. Much better than some of the comedies that came out. You know, there's some that are just pure garbage now, but this one was really good, and I got it with a slipcover. So yeah. And then they did a second one, and I picked it up. Yeah, Chloe Grace Moretz is in this one. Love the Kick-Ass films, so I was excited to see her in this, and she did really good. I thought she did a great job. Yeah, good film, good sequel. Kind of the same thing, kind of like The Hangover. It's the same thing as a sequel, but it's funny. It's got different people in it. It's decent. I'm sure everyone's seen those. This is funny. People don't like it, people do like it. It's kind of split. Bad Teacher with Cameron Diaz and Justin Timberlake and Jason Segel. Could care less about Jason Segel, but Cameron Diaz is pretty good in the film. Justin Timberlake, surprisingly, is pretty good. Good movie, funny movie. I saw this when I was really young, and maybe too young. And it was funny. I laughed my ass off at it. It was really funny. And I'm just going to show you some artwork that they decided to put in here. I'll even take the disc out for this. If that's not a reason to buy it, I don't know what is. Yeah, anyway. Good movie. Check it out. She wants to get a boob job, so she has to make loads of money while being a teacher. If that doesn't make you want to watch it, I don't know what does. Check it out. Good movie. So random. Next up, another TV show. I absolutely love this show. It's called Ballers. starring The Rock, or Dwayne Johnson. Outstanding outstanding TV show. It's made by HBO. Dwayne Johnson plays a financial manager for the NFL players. Don't get put off by it being in the NFL if you don't like NFL, because there's not many, you don't ever see them playing football. It's really just the life besides the football. Loads of parties, loads of fast cars, loads of girls, loads of drugs, that sort of thing. It's HBO, you know what to expect. Great series, and again, half-hour episodes, so you get through it super quick. But yeah, great series. I highly recommend checking it out. Nice little slip cover on it as well, or slip box. And then you get the 2 discs. Pretty cool. So yeah, if that sounds great, then it definitely is, so check it out. And I did also pick up season 2 as well, because it was on offer. It's not opened, but I have seen it. I saw on TV, and he kind of changes what he does in this one, but it's awesome. It's still great. I have seen season 3, I just don't own it because for some reason they didn't put it out on Blu-ray, only DVD. I think the only place to get it is Germany on Blu-ray, so yeah. Next up, top 10 TV shows of all time. Band of Brothers, the 10 edition. I adore this show. I've talked about it many times on my channel. If you have not seen it, please watch it. If you like Saving Private Ryan, it's kind of it's not related, but in your mind, it could technically be a sequel to Saving Private Ryan, because it's the same people that make it, and honestly, it's maybe better than Saving Private Ryan. Throwing that out there. Yeah, I almost always watch this after watching the movie, so yeah. Again, not related, but it's by the same people, so it's just as good as Saving Private Ryan, in my opinion. Next up, this is okay. Bates Motel, Season 1, the US release. I don't hate this series, but I don't love it either. It's good when I watch it. I just can't get the urge to watch the rest of the seasons. I recently watched him in The Good Doctor, which is another show that, well, it's his latest show that he's doing. It's just finished up. It's a really good show. But this is alright. It's good. It's good. I like whoever, I don't know who plays her, but whoever plays his mum in the show, she does really good. Quite a brutal opening episode. There's some things that happen that might throw some viewers off, but the rest of the season was quite tame, in my opinion, so yeah, stick at it. And that's coming from me who's only seen Season 1. Okay, next up, we've got quite a big franchise, which we can get through quickly because everyone and your mother has these. We're in the bees. What else is there going to be? Batman. Yeah, we've got the Batman TV show from the 60s. This is the Italian release because it went on sale super cheap. I got this for £17. I even made a video talking about it to let people know. Great little set, comes with the digipacks, and pretty nice set. I've only watched the first 2 or 3 discs. I really need to dig into it more. It's super long. It's like Season 2 alone is like 60 episodes. But the colours are just popping on the show. I mean, it's just glorious to look at. Then we've got the Batman Anthology. In all honesty, I'm not a fan of any of these. I don't like Batman and Robin. I don't like Batman Forever. I know I'm going backwards. Batman Returns, I don't like the Penguin. He doesn't freak me out, I just don't like him. Sorry. The original one, the original classic Joker, I just don't like. I just don't like. And I own this because I always want to go back and rewatch them to give them a second chance, or a fourth chance for some of them, but I just can't get into them. I just cannot get into them. I really should have shown this next. We've got the movie for the TV series, Batman the movie. Again, looks great on Blu-ray, and yeah, heaps of special features. Then we've got the main ones that everyone talks about nowadays. We've got the Dark Knight Trilogy. Pretty awesome, all steelbooks. Everyone has seen them. Got Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. Great series. Christopher Nolan really did a great job. I don't need to say anything else. Everyone has seen them. Then I've got The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and Part 2. Really need to start getting into the other ones that they've put out, but again, they're milking it. They're putting out so many now. I mean, nearly every month there's a new one coming out. So yeah, but yeah, Batman. Alright guys, sorry for that cut. Just changing the video file for the recording. Next up, bit random, but I'm just going to show this one off. The Bond 50 box set that came out a number of years ago now. Yeah, I'm not the hugest Bond fan. I enjoy the films. I'm not a diehard fan of them, but I do enjoy them. My favourites are probably Dr. No, Live and Let Die, Goldfinger, and probably Skyfall. I would say all those are my favourites. Different Bonds, I know, but yeah. I'm a younger person, but I do really appreciate the original ones. You know, I don't just watch the Daniel Craig ones. I watched them all. Dr. No, I love Dr. No. Even though it's the first film, I really enjoy the villain and just the film. So, pretty cool. This is the original release that came out. Obviously the new one nowadays, it's just a white box and it's got horrible artwork and stuff. So I got the good one. Okay, continuing on with the Bs. I'll try and pick the pace up because it's going to be a long video. We've got Battle of the Bulge, another one of the premium collections. Huge fan of this film, probably my top 10 war films. Again, just an epic film. Henry Fonda, yeah, Robert Shaw, Robert Ryan. It's awesome. It's a great movie, great tank battle movie. Charles Bronson's also in here, which is great. Yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't. It's really good. I can't remember his name, but one of the villains from the Bond films is in this. He plays the German tank commander in here. I don't know his name, but he was a villain in one of the Bond films. But yeah, Battle of the Bulge, awesome, great movie. Speaking of epic films, this is probably the epic one, the most epic one out of them. Ben-Hur. This is the 3-disc collector's edition. I think you can still get this, it's just no slipcover. But yeah, I absolutely, at my age, I love Ben-Hur. I absolutely adore the film, it's fantastic. Charlton Heston, the chariot race is just incredible. I loved the sea battle scene where they're in their ships. You know, just the drums getting beaten and ramming speed. It's such great film. It's filmmaking at its best. I'll say that. Great film. The transfer is one of the best on Blu-ray in my opinion. It's breathtaking. If you like that and you like the transfer, watch Cleopatra. I'm pretty sure we're talking about that soon, so I shouldn't have mentioned that, but anyway. And then the remake came out, and yes, I own it. It's okay, very different from the original, which I kind of appreciate. If it was just, you know, a direct remake, it probably would have sucked. But there were some different elements. Of course, you know, the main thing's the same, but there's some different side stories and things that go along. It's okay, it's just not that great. It's what you'd expect it to be, okay, but not terrible, but not great. Yeah, and of course Morgan Freeman's in it. It's like, okay. Yeah, Ben-Hur remake, or reboot, whatever you call it. These we can get through fast. TV show. Again, I watched it when I was quite young because it was on TV. I'm talking about The Big Bang Theory. It's still going on. They're on what, season 10, season 11. it's a long show now. A lot different from when they first started. I know that's why a lot of fans kind of went away from the show, because it's really different now. Just because of what happened in the storylines. Great series though, great series. I do quite often watch a season of this. Every couple of months I'll just pop in a random season. So that's seasons 1 to 6. And then I have seasons 7 and season 8 on Blu-ray. Also, don't have 9, I don't have 10. Is there 10? No, I think there's only season 9 on Blu-ray. Haven't got it yet. I've seen it, I just haven't got it yet. Just falling behind. Another Disney film, Big Hero 6. A big fan of this, excuse the pun. Great movie. I really want to get the 3D edition. Sorry. I really want to get the 3D edition of this, because I've heard it's great in 3D. It's great. This guy's adorable. You know, he's awesome in the film. It's like Wall-E. Really good film. I really enjoyed it. I'm sure everyone has seen it. Everyone owns it. Everyone owns a Steelbook. They probably own a plushie of the big guy. Next up, you couldn't be any more opposite than Big Hero 6. Black Hawk Down. Yeah. If anyone comes over to my house and they want to see something with great sound, I pop this on, because I have surround sound in my main living room. This is hell of a good in surround sound. Like, it's incredible. Like, it's scarily awesome because you feel like you're there. You know, if you had a massive projector on like your whole entire wall, you would really feel like you're there. It's incredible. It really is. It's a great movie, Ridley Scott. You know, one of my most watched films by Ridley Scott. You know, it's 2.5 hours of pure awesome. It's great. It's really great. It's one of the best modern war films for sure. So yeah, some nice artwork inside. Nothing special though. I would like a Steelbook release, but yeah, I just haven't picked it up yet. But Big Hero 6, Black Hawk Down, pure awesome. Got another TV show, one of those Black Friday purchases I did a couple of years ago. We put the first 3 seasons of the Blacklist. This is great. I watched the first season on demand and I loved it, so when I saw this for like £20, I picked it up. I was working in HMV at the time, so I actually got it for £14, but great show. He's the most wanted person in America, but basically they're working with him secretly, and the whole Blacklist idea is he gives them a list of people one at a time, and basically they're his rivals, and he's taking out the competition through the CIA or FBI, whatever one they are. So, great show. It comes with all 3. Can't even get them out of the box. Nice little box. But yeah, so you got season 1, season 2. They're all in jumbo cases as well. But yeah, season 2 and season 3. I've not picked up season 4. Reason why is because I'm only on season 2. So that's why I haven't picked up season 4 yet. Great show though, even though I'm only on season 2, it's a great show. And of course they did start up, is it the Blacklist Redemption or something like that it's called? Haven't watched it because I don't know if it spoils things, so I'll probably watch it after season 3 of the Blacklist. Next up, Johnny Depp, Gangster, thriller, pretty damn good film. Black Mass. Have not watched this yet on Blu-ray. I have seen the film. Great performance. I'm very picky with my Johnny Depp films. I don't like him in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I think he's too weird in that film, especially for a family film. But yeah, he does a great job in this. I mean, he looks like someone you wouldn't mess with. This is him up here. Yeah, great movie. There's so many people in here as well. Of course, you got Johnny Depp, Joel Egerton, Benedict Cumberbatch, Kevin Bacon, Dakota Johnson, Corey Stoll, all great actors. Pick it up, it's a great movie. I just haven't watched it on Blu-ray yet. Mel Brooks, classic comedy. Of course we're talking about Blazing Saddles with the very nice slipcover, very shiny. Yeah, not the biggest Mel Brooks fan, but I do love this. I also liked the Robin Hood one that he did. I can't remember. Men in Tights, is it? Really liked that one. Young Frankenstein as well, which I don't own. Blazing Saddles, great. I love my westerns, so it's a great one to have in the collection. Speaking of westerns, great western kind of horror thriller, Bone Tomahawk with the awesome black case. Great film. Not much to say. Great film. Kurt Russell and Patrick Wilson, actually. Patrick Wilson's good. Great film. I think a lot of people were surprised by this film. Yeah, not much to say about it. It's a great film. Check it out. Another Ridley Scott film. Many people think this is average, but I love this film. Body of Lies. This might be my most watched Ridley Scott film. I love this. I watch this every couple months. DiCaprio, Russell Crowe. A love-hate relationship they have. One minute they're punching each other, next minute they're saving each other's lives. Or Crowe's saving DiCaprio's life. Great movie. There's a scene where DiCaprio gets mad at Russell Crowe, just shoves him over in his chair like nothing. It means nothing. Great movie. Check it out. Very, very good action film. In our franchise, we can go through quickly. We've got the Bourne Collection. This is the trilogy, which comes with all the films. You all know this. I don't know why I'm showing you. Bourne Identity. Bourne Supremacy, probably my favourite. No, this one's my favourite. Bourne Ultimatum, my favourite, I think. I get confused which is which. I think Ultimatum's my favourite. Maybe not. Second or third one. I think it's the third one though. So I got that. Then we've got the Bourne Legacy, which I really enjoyed. People were like, oh, you know, he's taken over from Matt Damon. It's got nothing to do with his character. So, yeah. Edward Norton's in this film. Good film. And then the most recent one in the entry, we have Jason Bourne. I loved this film. I thought this was great. You know, people had issues with it, but I just loved it. It almost matches the colour of the wall behind me. Great movie. I really want to get the 4K. I'm not interested in the other ones in 4K because I don't like them enough to pick them up, but I really enjoyed the Bourne films. My dad was a huge fan. We're getting there. Final stack. This will probably be an hour and 10 minutes, hopefully, if I'm lucky. Braveheart. I believe this was the first ever 15 rated film I saw. I was about 9 years old. The DVD was always sitting in the cupboard and my dad would never let me watch it. One day I said to him, oh, can I watch it? And he said yes. So I watched it and I loved it. We watch it every year together. It's something we do. And yeah, Mel Gibson. My distant uncle or cousin, one of the two, I think uncle, he actually worked security for this film when they were filming the battle scenes in the big field. He was actually security. They had a massive metal fence around the filming location, and he was always on patrol, making sure no one was filming or taking photos. Cool little inside knowledge. 2-disc set, pretty cool. Yeah, there's been many re-releases of this. I would like a Steelbook, but all the Steelbooks that have came out I thought looked crap. The only one that looked good was the Play.com one, but I've yet to pick that up. Ah, this is good. In my top 5 westerns of all time, Broken Arrow. This just came out a couple weeks ago, maybe February. Outstanding western with James Stewart. I never thought we would see the light of day of this on Blu-ray. America got it last year and we finally got it this year, and it's incredible. It's by a company called Plan B Entertainment, They're releasing tons of movies, and this was the first one. They actually have it numbered on the spine. Highly recommend this. Excellent release. Not so much in special features. I just think it was the type of film. It just didn't have special features. But it's a great little set. You get the Blu-ray and DVD. Yeah, highly recommend it, and the transfer on that is great. Definitely worth your time watching. Another Disney film. I thought you said you didn't have many Disney films. I don't. It's just in the A to C's, I guess we did. Brother Bear. I grew up with this. I'm pretty sure I had a pirate copy for a good number of years. But I own it now. I bought it, so it doesn't matter. This is the Steelbook. This was the only one that Zavi did that I was really bothered about getting, other than Peter Pan, but I never got that one. But yeah, I got Brother Bear. I love it. I love it. There's a song in there. I don't know what it's called, but it's a great song. So I don't know why I'm telling you, because I don't know what it's called. But anyway, this one I can get through fast because I haven't seen it yet. Brooklyn's Finest. Haven't seen it. It was dirt cheap in a closing store, so I bought it. Haven't watched it yet. It's Ethan Hawke. Yeah, Ethan Hawke. Wesley Snipes. Have not seen it yet. Don't know. Can't talk about it. This is a great drama. Bradley Cooper again. Burnt. This is a really good film. If you like the movie Chef with Robert De Niro, Jon Favreau, definitely check out Burnt. This is a really good film. He becomes an alcoholic and a drug user, and he loses his job. He loses a Michigan star for his restaurant, and he sets out to try and claim back his fame for his food, because he's clean and he's not drinking anymore. So great movie, definitely worth your time watching if you want something with a great story, and especially if you like Chef. Captain Phillips with Tom Hanks. Good film. I saw it years and years ago when I first got it, but I recently rewatched it a couple months ago with the family, my mum and dad, and I really enjoyed it. It's still a good film. I really did enjoy this one. I like a great film about a true event. You know, they're some of the best films, and it's definitely a great film. And this is the Steelbook from HMV. Very, very nice. My favourite Martin Scorsese film, you probably know what it is because we're in the seas. Oh yeah, we're in the seas, by the way. Yeah, Casino. I could talk about this for hours and hours. I adore this film. I absolutely love it. Joe Pesci is amazing, like unbelievably good. This and Goodfellas, I mean, he's just a true legend in acting on these two films. Even Raging Bull, come to think of it, Raging Bull, he was fantastic in. He's kind of the same character. I prefer Casino over Goodfellas by this much, like tiny. I just like the casino theme of it, you know, in Vegas and the casinos, and I just like that theme that went along with the movie. So yeah, I could talk about it for hours. Nice little special edition. This really should have been with the Bond films at the very end for 007. Casino Royale, it's the deluxe edition. Basically a digipack. It comes with 2 discs and a booklet. Yeah, Casino Royale, very, very good. One of the best ones, probably, most people would say. I did enjoy Skyfall more, but that's just my opinion. Then we've got 2 editions for this film, because it's an absolute classic. Casablanca, black and white, masterpiece. Absolutely adore this film. I watch it multiple times a year. It's just incredible. Such a good film. Lovely steelbook, very vintage looking. Very, very nice. And then I got this Italian box set from eBay, but it's an Italian edition. And it comes with a 2-disc Blu-ray and a booklet. So, very, very nice. Bit dirty, but I got it for like £4, believe it or not, so I don't really mind. I love the film. I love the film. And I remember going to see a movie a couple of years ago, and right after the movie finished, they actually had a showing of Casablanca on the big screen. So I went and watched it. I had some spare time, so I went and watched it. Yeah, it was awesome. Good film, slightly depressing in parts because it's quite a harsh film, but it's a good film. Casualties of War, not one of the happiest films you could watch. It's a very different war film than usual, but it's a must-see. I believe it's Brian De Palma that did this. Yeah, Brian De Palma. Good movie, just not one of the most happiest films you could watch. I mean, that poster kind of tells you alone. But yeah, great movie though, definitely worth a watch. This is the premium collection. It does have alternate artwork. That makes it look like a typical war movie, and then that makes it look like a very different war movie. But yeah, good movie, just very different, you know. But definitely worth your time watching. Yeah, Casualties of War. Speaking of Chef with the red cover or the red case. I adore this film. I don't know what it is. I'm not even a big food person, but I absolutely love this film. I thought it was such a good kind of positive, I don't know, just a positive film. It's awesome. I love it. A big food truck. I loved the social networks that were kind of included in it, like the Twitter pop-outs and things like that. Just a great movie. Great movie. Jon Favreau, Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson. Love it. Such a feel-good movie. Check it out. If you ever need a good comedy, watch that instead. These I can go through quick because it's a TV show. And I've already mentioned it, so you probably know what it is. 1 second, let's have a drink. Okay, I'm not going to edit that out. I can't remember when I drink. Anyway, yes. Chicago Fire, yes. I hope everyone's watching this show. Got season 1. And by the way, all jumbo cases, so this takes up a lot of space. Got Chicago Fire season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, and the latest one on Blu-ray, season 5, which is still sealed. But yeah, incredible show. You'll not believe how fast I watched all 4 seasons. I saw season 1 on demand, and then I went into HMV to get season 2 on Blu-ray, and then I would just watch on Blu-ray from now on. When I went in, I'm good friends with them there because I've worked there previously. They said that it was discontinued by a week, so I missed it. But luckily someone on eBay had seasons 1 and 2 combined, and I won it for £11. Turns out season 2 is out of print, and it's going for stupid money. It's like £70 on Amazon now. No idea why it's out of print. All the other seasons are in print, so I don't know why this one isn't. I don't know if there's a disc error, if there's something on the commentary that wasn't meant to be said, but it's sold. It's nearly impossible to get, and if it is, it's like 70 quid. Season 5 I've kept sealed because I just saw this on TV not too long ago, and season 6 is currently on TV now, so that's why I'm watching that, so I know I'll watch 2 seasons at once. But I basically watched a season per week. I was basically going into the shop and buying each season every like Saturday or Sunday. I was properly addicted to the show. Yeah, great show. Definitely check it out. I do watch Chicago PD as well. However, not available on Blu-ray, only DVD, so you'll see that in my DVD collection. Another classic film, another classic cinema film, Citizen Kane. This is the massive box set that came out about 2 years ago now. Oh, excuse me. I think in America this came out a long time ago, the box set. But not here. This only came out last year. Sorry. Great movie. A very old film, but it's great, and it looks great on Blu-ray. They really cleaned it up. And this is cool because it comes in a nice little digipack, tons of booklets, postcards, posters, you name it, it's in here. It's a great looking set. £15, very cheap. Let's try and get the stack out of shot. There we go. We'll bring the rest over here. This is how much we've got left. Not very many. Clash of the Titans. Everyone hates this movie. I saw it in cinemas when I was very young. Great movie. Actually, I take that back. It's not a great movie, it's a decent movie. I enjoy it, maybe because I saw it when I was younger, in cinemas, but I enjoy it. You know, I love the original, but I do enjoy this. I don't take it as serious as everyone else, you know. It's good. It's a good movie. Then we've got the Clint Eastwood collection. Not really a collection, it's just 3 of his movies. It's got Outlaw Juicy Wales, Pale Rider and Unforgiven. There you go, on the back. Doesn't really give you a good indication. Nice slipcover. They are individual discs, so the compression rate and things is fine. So you got Pale Rider, Unforgiven and Outlaw Juicy Wales. Outlaw Juicy Wales and Pale Rider are not available on Blu-ray in the UK unless you buy this set. I don't know why they've still not been released. I'm hoping that the premium collection from HMV are going to do releases. But yeah, I picked this up for £10 years ago. Great set, great movies, obviously being a huge Western fan. Cleopatra, I guess this is a remake. There is a black and white Cleopatra, which Masters of Cinema put out. An amazing film though. Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton, great kind of duo on the movie. I can't talk now. Masterpiece, absolute masterpiece. It's the same as Ben-Hur, one of the best films made. Probably the longest film I've seen, 4 hours 8 minutes, but I absolutely adore the film. It's fantastic. It looks great on Blu-ray. Nice little 2-disc set. A must-have for your collection. Definitely a great Sunday afternoon film. Again, a Western, The Comancheros by John Wayne, or with John Wayne. This is the digibook from America. Look how thin that is. But yeah, great release. Looks stunning on Blu-ray. They did a great job releasing it on Blu-ray. Again, not available in the UK, but imported it. Great movie. If you're in the UK, this is always on TV. It's always on TV, so you can watch it. Commando. Yeah, good movie. Don't love it. I don't love all of his films. I mostly like Predator the most, but I really enjoy the film, so I own it. It's not the new edition, which I think is a director's cut, but yeah, it's a good movie, so I own it. I don't know why I was showing the inside, there's nothing but the disc, but anyway. Commando. Just picked this one up in my last update. The Counselor, the extended cut, another Ridley Scott film. Really good film. Not amazing, but good. This is both the theatrical cut and extended cut. And they are on both, they're on, I can't talk, different discs. So yeah, and there's a good number of special features as well. A couple leaflets as well. But yeah, good film, check it out. It's got a good cast. Brad Pitt, Cameron Diaz, Penelope Cruz, Michael Fassbender. So yeah, definitely check out Counselor. And lastly, in our box set, I should have shown this with the Clint Eastwood set. We've got the Clint Eastwood Collection, which has got a ton of his films in it. If I take that off, I'll quickly go over them. You got Kogan's Bluff, Two Mules for Sister Sarah, The Beguiled, or Beguiled, however you pronounce it, Joe Kidd, directed by John Sturges, Play Misty for Me, High Plains Drifter, one of my favourite Clint Eastwood westerns, for sure, Breezy, looks kind of crap if I'm honest, and The Eager Sanction, or Eiger Sanction, however. I got this for a whopping £1.80 on Amazon, brand new from Amazon. They had a major price glitch towards the end of last year, so I bought one for me and one for my uncle. So yeah, pretty cool set. Unfortunately, it wasn't the 50 film collection, but it was still a pretty good set. So yeah. So there you go, guys. That is my first video of my collection. Yes, it's very long. This is half an hour, so it's bound to be an hour and 15 at least. Yep, it's going to be a long series. Yeah, that was only 3 letters in one video. I do hope you enjoyed, guys. If I did rush at the end, I'm sorry, but it is a long video. I did say I wanted to make it an hour at the most, but I have things to talk about with these films, so really hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please leave a like, because this took forever to do. I've not even edited it, but I know it'll take ages to render, so yeah, and upload. It'll probably take over 10 hours, no joke. But yeah, please leave a like rating to show some support. Any movies that you thought you wanted to comment about, please do down in the comment section. I will be uploading, as I said, probably 2 of these every week, because I'm going to film them all at once, or hope to. But yeah, I'm going to do it every week, 2 videos. I don't know how many videos it's going to be yet, but it'll be a good number of parts. So I really hope you enjoyed, guys. Yeah, follow me on my social networks. They're all down in the description as usual. And yeah, until part 2, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Stay awesome. Peace.